Um, Hello. So in this section, we are going to look at it, how to create a pattern. I'm going to cover this section a bit more in detail because it can get a bit fiddly sometimes. So I'll try to cover as much as I can. The video might get a little bit longer, so I do apologize for it. Um, and let's get back to that. So, in the training session, you might have been shown that when you look at your roster on the right, on the left-hand side, what you will see is the type of the staff groups that's sitting under your roster. And on the right-hand side, you see the shift types. Now, within your roster, if you only have one type of shifts, so that means only D or E or L or N or LD, then it's fine. But if you do have a different type of shifts, and if you're trying to create a pattern for somebody who does have a different type of shift, rather than just D, then what you need to look at it. So to create a pattern for a staff member that is within your rosters, what you need to do is you can click on the person's name and do it from there too. So just by clicking on there and then click on here, and then you can click on pattern. And if the person has pattern existing, then you can see that this is the pattern. It's the total hours of pattern is 37 and a half, and it's valid from 25th of October 2023. If you double click on it, you can select edit pattern, and then you can see that there is a shift allocated between Monday and Friday. You cannot see the timings here at the moment, but once you click on it, you can see the details of the shift that is available here. Now, um, you can see that the pattern was created from 2023 October, and it's showing until the end of time. So what it means that until the person stays on the system, we want the system um, we want this pattern to run on each roster. Um, same thing. Now, if this needs to be changed at any point, what you need to do is you probably need to either discontinue the current pattern and create a new pattern or make changes into the current pattern. That is up to you how you would like it. I'm going to show you both of these options. I'm also going to show you what else you need to make sure when you try to create a pattern for somebody. Otherwise, it may not work if your shift selection here is not correct. So if you look at Maria Carey at the moment, and if you look at on the roster side, she is one of those ones that sitting under the staff group and have D shifts. Now, if she is supposed to be an RMN or something, or an HCA, then we must make sure that when we create a pattern, we select either early, late, or night shift, whatever we want to allocate her for a particular day. I will create another video for that one, but just to keep this short, I'll just talk about these, how to create the pattern. So to create the pattern, what you need to do is, first of all, you come out from there and you just need to make sure that when the person's pattern is changing. So let's say, for example, that you have somebody whose pattern is changing from 7th of July. And then if there is shifts there already, I would highly recommend that you first clear those shifts. So you select all the shifts and then you select clear duty option. And Once you hit OK, all the shifts will be cleared, providing that they are not finalized. If they are finalized, then that will not work. So, for example, if you look at it here, you can see that these shifts are not finalized. I can select all of them. I can hit clear and it will disappear. Now, when you trying to clear the shift, if there is any unavailabilities in between, you won't be able to clear them. So you do need to untick them before you can see the clear option. So if I try to um, clear it, it won't because I've selected unavailability. As soon as I untick this one, I can see the option there. So that's something you do need to make sure when you do try to create a pattern or do try to clear the shifts. Um, so back to what we need to do. So Maria is an OT. And if you look at the OT staff group, we can see they all have day shifts. Um, for RMN, there is early, late, and night, and HCA again early, late, and night. They also have day shifts too. So for HCA, it won't be an issue, but for RMN, you just need to make sure you don't select D shifts. Otherwise, what will happen is that when you will try to run an auto roster, when you create the pattern, it will come up something like this one. Or if you have this unticked, then you will see nothing. No matter how many times you try to create it, it will not come up. So just make sure that you do select the correct shift group. So going back to Maria, select her name, select the pattern. Now, in in my case, I would always do it this way because I can then see the audit trail and see when the pattern was ended and when the new one was created. It's more sort of transparency. Uh, so what I will do is I click on here, click on today, and then I end this pattern on 6th of July. So the first, last working day before the new one starts. If you do have the shift sitting there, it will not allow you to end this personal pattern, just to let you know. So you must make sure that all the shifts are cleared. If there's anything sitting there, even that is a cancelled one, it will not let you cancel the shift. Sorry, even it will not let you end the personal pattern. And so once you do that one, you can then create on add personal pattern. You select the person's name, you select the posting. So there might be cases that they might have a split posting or something more than one posting, basically. Then you do need to make sure that you do select the correct posting that you want to create the pattern for. So in this case, we only have one. So I'm going to select that one. And here I will change the start date because I want the um, new pattern to start from 7th of July. Now, it will always default to the posting start date, which is sometime in 2023. So whenever you create new pattern, it will always go back to the latest posting start date. You just need to amend that one. So I'm going to amend that to say 7th of July, 2025. I want a new pattern to start. Now that pattern will be because the person is going part-time or changing the times, depends. We select the correct shift shift that is selected for all OTs, which is D. And then what we do is we select the number of days that we want to add the pattern for. So let's say that she's going from 3 days to 5 days to 3 days. So in that case, what you can do is you can do 9 to 5, and then select the ad, and what it will do is it will create a new pattern. Now that pattern will start from 7th of July 2025 all the way to the end of time. Now, for example, that might not be the time that she's doing, so she's probably going part-time with different timings. If that is the case, what you can do to say that, okay, she's going to start at 10 o'clock and then she's going to finish at 3 o'clock. And that will include 5 hours. Now, by system, it will always default it to the hours. If this is not correct, you also have a chance to make amendment to say, okay, this is a 5 hours shift without any break. Once you do that, you will normally what I would advise is that you highlight all of them and make changes rather than make changes and then try to highlight. So 10 to 3 with 5 hours, and then you click on update, and then it will add the timings here. That's how you create the pattern for the staff member. You then hit OK. The shift will be there. Sorry, the patterns will be there. What you can do is you can go here in the July roster, which is this one, and you run the auto roster for her by selecting this one. And what we want to notice is that she will have 5 days shift for 1 week. And then from 7th of July, she will have 3 days, which is 10 to 3. So once we refresh it, we want to see that one. And this is what you can see here, that the current pattern will then end on 6th and the new pattern will start from 7th of July. Now, the other way I was mentioning it to you, which will require some tweaking in the current pattern, what you can do is you can amend the existing pattern to the newer pattern. Now, again, once you make changes to the pattern, what you need to do before that is you need to clear the shifts from the point when the pattern starts. So in this case, what you can do is you clear the shifts that is already sitting there. So it will not be a problem for you to run a new pattern. So you then select the person and click on the pattern. Now imagine that this was not there at all. You click on the current pattern. It will be at the end of time. And what you then do is you select them, remove them, then you highlight those 3 days that the person is going to work. Change the timing, say it's 10 to 3, 5 hours, update, and hit OK. Now, what we have done is that we have amended the existing pattern. Now, what it will happen is that if you, and the problem that we have with this pattern is that if you have by mistake clear this one, which should be the week where she should work full time. And then if you run the auto roster, basically it will then run only a new pattern. So no matter what you will do or how many times you will run the auto roster, it will allocate now only 3 days. per week. So that's the only drawback. But if you are confident enough, you can do it that way. You just need to make sure that you clear the shifts from the date that the pattern should change. Thank you.